Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. And thank you guys for the coming in, the likes, the comments, the supports, and so on and so on. For been working on some projects. I'm gonna give you some news when that comes up. Kind of like I don't want to, but I mentioned before for those who want to learn the astrology with me in there. I'm gonna be recording some classes in there, and it's gonna come out in the future. But don't want to spoil too much about the surprises, because people ask some very profound questions here about astrology, and I love it. I love it, and the astrology actually helps the people in life, and hopefully that also helps in your life in there. That's my hope for you. And thank you for the click, the likes, the subscribes, guys. Appreciate you so much. What is going on though? As you're watching the video in there, currently with that energies that we went through it, we're still going on. For the moon is going to be connecting with Saturn, and we're having Mercury in there, which is going to be attaching. Those are the two personal planets we're talking about. Mercury is about communication. But let me tell you that within the energy field, when you're distracting yourself with the communications of others, how you talk, or how the others communicating within you, or how you're taking it, the underneath layer, okay, in there within the depth, that is actually the communications between your consciousness and your subconsciousness within you, your expressions, and the way you are expressing things within the depth. That it's connecting directly within Pisces, which is the portions of in the end, subconsciously, you knew what is the right thing, but you didn't do it. Kind of like a blanket within yourself. It's more related into the people who, in their last hours and their physical existence, everything goes through it, and like, I should have done this, I should have done that, and so forth, so forth. But it is what it is. Okay. But now we are going to have the intuitions going in there with Saturn. What is that going to lead me to? Saturn is the teacher, okay? So the moon joining Saturn is going to be basically like, let me learn and zip it up my mouth in there so I can learn. I'm in a class, I have to obey, I need to learn, and so forth and so forth. That is going to be the actual energy that is going to be calling for. What is actually in most of the people, how they're going to react and be mindful about this is, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to be silenced. I'm going to pretend like nothing happened in there. I feel this intensity. A sense is intensity. I'm not going to be talking about this at all. While you're supposed to study, you are actually trying to kind of like take that silence and turn it into a personal ignorance. But the ignorance, if you evolving on that, it turns to this silent treatment, and those silent treatments eventually they leading to something even in the lower realms of vibrations. So take your time to understanding that you need to study certain things in the silence in there. Be within the silence is a very good thing. Kind of like take your time to process those. As the moon is going to go to the Pisces, that is going to be the connection time within your subconscious, within yourself. And don't turn to this issues that you have and so forth towards a partner. Okay? Be mindful about this, because all those squaring within the duality signs in there, the energy can go both ways, from personal to external, to others, to family members, and so forth and so forth. It can even go public. So be mindful about these expressions is in there, because that particular situations for is going to be calling for you to learn. Okay, so with this being said, for Actually, I had pictures for you guys to see it. That's what I was referring in here. You to study, okay? But if you don't have this connections between what you study in there and staying within the silence, or you're silencing yourself, you're going to be able to put the fire out within your system. That's going to be correcting particularly with Mars. And what are we talking about Mars? The masculine who's educating themselves. And there, if you're working and educating yourself, particularly during the storms, the personal storms that you have, you're going to be able to see that positions, because right here, the moon, it sets this divine energies towards Mars. Your intuition tells you, sit in your rear butt, open the book, read it, so it can be able to sustain what you need to be, and keep silence, because you're in the library. You see, when you go to the library, what is there? They ask you, educate yourself, but please keep silence. So this is a energy. Be mindful that when you come in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, the midheaven is going to be opposing that energy. Okay, you will understand that that energy is not proper, is not good, is not great, since the moon is going to be squaring Uranus. This kind of like of energies in there can trigger so many things within you. But over the time, over the day, you're going to be learning. You're going to be processing things. Very good energies with Venus there's going to be of that point. But your main focus still is going to be that energy that you're going to be seeing it later on at the day. All right, talking about 8 o'clock in the morning, the midheaven is at Virgo. Beautiful time of talking about healings, early morning talks that they're talking about situations that you need to do. That is the proper maturity. If you're waking up with the things that you need to discuss, you discuss them at the beginning of the day, then the whole day begins, okay? You keep them within you. God bless your soul. You do not. But if you do keep them within you, you're constantly going to be building up that pressure. It's going to be constantly build up and build up and build up. That it's going to come in because of the ascendant that is set at Scorpio. It is opposing Uranus and Taurus. This is going to be the time that you are opposing what the universe has for you in the material world. Because guess what? You want to control. You want to be your way. You want to be having it, the situation within you. You want to have a comfort zone. You want to work by one way. Don't work and making money. Have this and have whatever you need to do. So there is a lot of kind of like a misunderstanding within those energies there. But currently, the learning with this curve, it is about too much of these understandings that you have to learn before you speak. So with that energy, Venus is squaring Neptune. You definitely maybe gonna have some issues with feeling the love or feeling the loved ones or expressing the love within yourself, because this duality within a Pisces and this energy within Sag creates so much issues in there. So the duality can turn in so many ways. Today and this time, I'll be good. In about 5 minutes, you can blow up a fuses, blowing up fumes like that guy that it's smoking out of the fire out of him, and you don't know what is going on. Okay. All right, 9 o'clock. You're gonna be seeing it, the energies that it's gonna be coming out. What you have at the current moment that you're gonna be work something related to the past. That is it. The midheaven that is with the South Node. Ascendant is gonna be with Mercury together with that beautiful energies towards Mars too, and that development, as you see it right now, is that the midheaven and the south node have this yacht with Mars. This is what I said, that if your masculine energies are in there, don't keep this intense energies within you. If it's something it is intense and you have to tell it in your partner, learn that from yesterday. Okay? How to talk to your partner is the way you're going to be talking to yourself. If you're talking anger to yourself, how much anger do you have? But if you're talking more within a peace and understanding within yourself, how much did you evolve? A lot. All right. So with these positions and those energies for the day is gonna be keep going. The moon is keeping going forward. You see that the moon is beginning. She's right in here. She's beginning to have this squaring with Mercury in there. Ascendant is going to be at Sag, opposing Jupiter, lack of the growth it's going to be determining. And you don't grow because you don't learn. If you want to learn, nobody can stop you. If you don't want to learn, nobody can help you. Because it doesn't matter how much the people will tell you things or helping you with things, you just don't want to take it because you want what? Your way. And this is going to be coming from Mars, this your way in there. And be mindful because your way maybe is not the way of the universe. And some of you is going to have a hard lessons during those periods of changes. All right, next hour, 11 o'clock, the ascendant is with Venus. That's a beautiful energies with Mars in there. Still, the moon is going to be having the divine energies with Mars. It is about to pay attention to what the divine said. Maybe the things currently are not good. Maybe the things is not great. Maybe you have something that you need to be and it's so heavy on you and so forth. Just raining. Every rain is going to stop. And after that, it's going to be a rainbow. So with this energies, that's what the moon is telling you. The moon that is have this sextile with Venus, that's what is going to be coming up and let it you know of the things that you need to do. All right. At noon, midheaven is going to be with the sun. We talk about those divine energies of Chiron and Jupiter. Authority is healing. Okay, you see it within yourself. God bless your soul if you really working on yourself. Be mindful out there that when you are in this silence and you healing yourself, you're in this hibernation mode in a way because of the way that most of us are to it, unless you living in the south part of the planet. Over there, actually, it's a summer. So here we are mostly on the north atmosphere. We are mostly hibernating, and we are in this mode of looking within ourselves. Okay, so with this kind of like an energies, what can you do? You do as the best as you can. You may have some situations, you may put in a pressures within you, but do as the best as you can. What can you do on a stormy, rainy weather? You can sit down, you can go ahead, you can make yourself on a hot drink in there, you can grab a book or you can grab the laptop, you can go ahead and study something, see something in there, do something beautiful for you. That's what the energy is going to be calling, okay? But it's going to be required that healing that it's coming with. Because the ascendant that is at that Capricorn, is squaring Chiron. It says like something there is not healed. Go ahead and heal it, buddy. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. All right. Okay, 1 o'clock. That is when a midheaven is with Mercury. As you see it right here, that energy is with the moon and Saturn is gonna be really hot. It's gonna begin to boil up for the ascendant is going to be very close with Pluto. It is about the opposing Chiron there. Not Chiron, but I'm sorry, Mars. All right. and seeing it, those energies, as again, this masculine energies, this deciding not to change. You're going to have a fire within your head, and that fire from your head is going to come out of your throat chakra. Okay, somehow, some way, you're going to be learning to express. Okay, but if you're expressing your anger within a way, it's like his, I don't like this. This should not be like that. That should be not like this. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's see it what it is. With more peaceful perspective in there, you're going to be able to vent out. Okay, like a safety, precautious valve. All right, and in some of the machineries, there is this valve that when the pressure is built so much, it's venting and it maintained that safety pressure. That's how it should be within yourself during those hours. All right, 2 o'clock, the ascendant is with the moon and Saturn. It tells you, okay, it's time to pay attention to this. Midheaven is between Mercury and Venus, so it says like it's time to pay attention into this. So now with all these energies there, what is that? Saturn, it's telling you, I'm the teacher, you're in the class, and you better put your things together, Mr. or Mrs., and I am the teacher. I'm going to be teaching your authority, and you better listen, okay? Usually what happens during this time for sometimes the silence in there is helping you to learn, but sometimes that silence turning to something completely different. You can turn it into avoidance. You're like, I see the situations and I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just silently going to be walking out of the relationship, out of the problem, out of the classroom. I'm going to be silently get myself out because it's too uncomfortable. And that too uncomfortable is going to be create more situations because sooner or later you're going to be coming back. You're going to be able to come back, like it or not. That's what's going to happen. Okay? Learn the lesson now, so you're going to be better tomorrow. All right, 3 o'clock. Midheaven is with Capricorn. That it's squaring the North Node right now. And the ascendant there is at that Aries is going to be opposing the Min Lilith, who is in relationship. Take a look at the relationships lately as the energy. It's kind of like you've seen it around. Maybe people around you complain about the relationship. You have these disconnections within the relationship. Where is this is coming from? The mean Lilith. You are mean towards yourself, and because you are mean towards yourself, then you are mean towards the other people. And that is one of the energies you're gonna have to fighting with. But since the inner work, the midheaven, which is right in here on the top, together with Venus, it is beginning to square the North Node and the ascendant later on, in a way, for this energy of I'm not being loved, I haven't been loved, I don't know how to love, I don't know how this is the reason, is to go to the library and learn what actually real love is. Okay? What is really the love for you? As giving, caring. When it's uncomfortable, do you still love your partner when things are uncomfortable? When are you running away from your relationship or partnership and you hiding yourself in that shell of yours to it? Okay? Guess what happens? Do you discussing the situations? Do you maturing in there? Right? How do you feel? You disconnect from the family, from the loved ones, and now they think that you don't love them. Did you explain it to him what happenings to you and so forth? No, you didn't. So if you do have to go to a hermit mode in there to it, go ahead and do it. But do it properly. All right? Explain what the situations are. You're going to study yourself. All right. 4 p.m. the midheaven is still at Capricorn. Divine energies all over the place, from Chiron towards the Sun, from the Sun towards Jupiter, from Jupiter towards the inner work at the current moment of time at Capricorn. Something with the publicity, something within this energies that you need to do out in the open. You don't want to open it. Why? Because it's going to put you in a bad stuff, in bad positions. Some of the psychologists suggesting that go ahead, like people who have issues with being accepted in the society because they are hiding what is it within. When they open it up and they say it out of the society is like, here, this is what I am, that problem is not there anymore. Particularly, I'm talking about the people who are hiding them just themselves, that then soul relationship. I'm talking about soulmate, twin flames, while they are in marriage. Okay? You're with one person, but you love totally another person. And then you have this fire in your head. Would you learn the truth within you? All right. 5 p.m. The midheaven is with Pluto. Hopefully you guys are transforming, changing, accepting the new energies there of the Aquarius. Currently those energies are very intense because of Mars is opposing. It's like kind of like the fire, the oath that you're keeping within yourself. It is too much. But at the same time, you see in it right here, we are having the moon and Saturn. It's coming together close. They are only 5 degrees apart, but squaring Mercury and opposing the ascendant right there is what you see in there. It's like, oh my God, I need to do something. I need to change something. Hopefully what you're changing in there within yourself is the understanding that whatever you're going to study right now is to help you into the near future, to going in to the North Node, because that's what your directions you are going in life. But that directions is a self-made. You're self-made millionaire. You're self-made boss. You're self-made whatever your title or positions or whatever you want to do with it. Okay? Because with that energies, whatever you're going to be making yourself out in about a month and a half, 2, when we are going to have this shift of the North Node going into Pisces. Those patterns, they're going to help you of guiding you through the subconsciousness in there. While going to be seeing the organizations of the past that you did and reevaluate. Did I did what I was supposed to do properly? And this is one of the energies that you have to understand. Do you organize yourself in there? Nobody is responsible for your organizations, but you. All right, 6 p.m. the ascendant is going to be with Jupiter, powerful growth. Midheaven is in Aquarius, training with everything that it's going on in there. Of course, Saturn is at divine energies with the past, with the Lilith. No better than that of learning the lessons from the past. Okay? And those lessons is for, imagine you had messed up something within life, or it could be at work, it could be in a relationship, friendships, or so on and so on. And now you sit down to looking at the crap, and now you're reading it, and you're like, oh my God, the part of me was my fault. Now I have to change in there. That's what the divine wants. So that way, when you change the things within you, you're going to have what? A better future to come, better situation to come. And this is why you have to zip it up yourself, zip it up everything that goes on, and learn. Learn. Would you learn though? Is the question. So the midheaven is going to be there with Saturn and the moon. That's going to put a little bit more pressure. But everything that you're going to learn, you have to perform it into the family background, either with family, like a work or so forth. Even if you're not married, even if you don't have a relationship, guess what? You're living among people. You're part of a family. Doesn't matter who you are getting yourself. But currently, the ascendant is pointing out that I I don't see this new way deal. I don't get into it. Well, how you gonna be seeing it if you're dragging the past within the future? It doesn't happen. You only see the past because that's what you're carrying with you. And this energy is gonna come out because that energy from the ascendant squaring the north node, and the north node, of course, it's opposing itself and the other side with. It's about that past. You're bringing it the past into the present, to the future. And now you're thinking everything is going to be the same. And then when you're walking on the road of the journey of life and you find that it's not, now what? One, you study. Okay, the studies are keep on going there. Midheaven is at Pisces. It's going to be connecting with the sun, trying to in there within the authority. Everybody is learning. As your job and your situation sends message to authorities, the authorities are also learning from within you what happened there. If there is a correlations, but if it's not, guess what happens? Nobody want to talk about it. We're not talking about this. We know the truth, but we're not talking about it. Okay? So the intensity of those communications that it's missing right now, it is coming to you. Okay? But don't turn it again towards others. Some of you maybe going to feel like you're next to a person, next to the person you love, next to the person in there, and all of a sudden like you're at 10,000 miles apart. You feel why? Why is this needed? Sometimes the separation is needed so you can be able to learn something on your own. Okay? Don't take it personally, all right? That is it, the whole purpose. Saturn wants to teach you, don't take things personally. The moon is squaring or opposing Mercury. It has also to do something with your mother. The way your mother was expressed, the way your mother was teaching you, and so forth in there. So take a look what you have on those zodiac signs we are talking about, Sag, Pisces, Virgos, and Gemini, because those are going to be the one who's going to be most affected that energy. All right. The next hour at 10 o'clock, the ascendant is at Leo, divine energies with this moon and Saturn. Hopefully that's what you got it. You see, it's not only the average people they have to go study. All the spiritual people have to study. All the kings have to go and study. All the government situations and bodies have to study. The policemen have to study. The emergency medical technician who saves you when you call an emergency services comes in, they have to study. Everyone study, okay? And everyone has what? Continuous education. The moment you stop learning, the moment you zip it up yourself in there, that is it, the moment that you're suppressing your evolutions within yourself, and then you're like, why did the things don't happen? Well, they don't happen because what you can take care of within yourself is to the moment of level of this communications within yourself in there. Okay? You are to this level of understanding and you're trying to get something to hear. You can't. You have to educate yourself to this level in order to understand it. All right? And this is that energies of Leo that is gonna come out. There's a lot of fire energies that are gonna come with. Particularly, we're talking about the ascendant and Mars. They are both at Leo, okay, but they're in the proper way. All right. 11 o'clock, the ascendant, it still is in Leo, it square Uranus, and it squares the Sun. The authority at the end is like not happy. It's like you are forced to do certain things from the universe standpoint. Yeah, kind of like I don't like it, but I know I have to do it. It's the right thing for me. Midheaven there is at a Taurus right now. It's like, yeah, you really have to do it because you want to build something new into the material world. Why just not mine as well? Learn the lessons, get the lessons, and then practice the lessons. Because what you're gonna be studying, it's investing within yourself. Alright? But if you're silent in there, you don't want to study, and you are like, oh, I don't want to show up that I'm immature in there. I'm just gonna be staying on outside, and I'm just gonna wait some other people to do the work for me. How that works for you. Your inner work is your own responsibility. And this is why this study right there, as the moon does, it's one of the things is to learn. Self-study, self-mastery, it's the key. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Be loved, guys.